Hi, it's Kai. Number 9. Black butterflies. Although coming across an all-black butterfly in the wild is rare, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Though many black butterflies also have other colors, there are a few species that are all black. The Great Mormon and the Scarlet Mormon butterflies both share this trait. They're large butterflies with a wingspan of up to 5 inches. The males are tailless and all black with a bluish-green hue. These magical-like butterflies are found in forested areas on offshore islands. They tend to eat flowering bushes and flowers, laying eggs on lime and other citrus plants. Their eggs mature in just 3 days, turning spiked in appearance as the caterpillar matures. They grow to about 1/3 of an inch in length, molting in 3 days to the next stage of development. Once they enter the pupa phase, the Great Mormon butterfly turns from bright green to black, emerging from their pupa where they air out their newly developed black wings. A member of the swallowtail family, there are about 13 subspecies native to the countries of Southern and Southeast Asia. They drink the nectar from poinsettias, salvia, and jasmine plants, and they can fly up to almost 7,000 feet in the Himalayas. Interestingly, even though the females aren't entirely black, they sometimes mimic the appearance of the males. In fact, the females of the species mimic a number of other species, such as other swallowtail butterflies with red markings to fool predators into thinking they taste bad. With the help of this super gene, they are not only masters of disguise, but they add another fascinating trait to this beautiful, darkly hued species. Some scientists think that all black moths and other species may evolve to be darker because of local environment conditions. Known as industrial melanism, scientists saw some species changing as the Industrial Revolution took hold and as more factories were burning coal and producing dark smoke. As a result, some animals, including moths, changed their coloring to camouflage themselves in the darker trees. Whether a result of genetic defect or as a way to hide in plain sight, many animals and insects have adopted darker colors as a means of survival. Number 8. Black chicken. A rare bird found in Indonesia, the ayam cemani, is a pure black chicken that is believed to have originated in Sumatra and associated with a group of breeds known as the Kedu. Its name means solid black in Sanskrit. Super creative, right? Having pure black chickens is a sign of wealth, so rich people get them to show off and to solidify their status in society. They also think of them as good luck charms, but these stunning black chickens aren't just for show. Sometimes their blood, believed to have magical properties, is used in traditional medicinal practices. They are also believed to allow people to communicate with the spirit world, which is one reason why black chickens are rarely used for meat. They can weigh up to 5 pounds and are super strong and muscular, with a confident, alert pose. They're considered intelligent and gentle birds. They only lay 1 egg per week, often taking breaks from laying eggs for up to 6 months before starting over again. When they do lay eggs, they are cream-colored, not black like some internet tricksters have tried to prove by posting photos of black eggs and claiming they came from one of these rare birds. But what makes these chickens black? They are said to have a mutant gene that deposits excessive black pigment, which makes their skin and tissues appear black. If you see one of these breeds in the sun, you'll notice their black feathers have a green sheen. Number 7. Black wolves. Black wolves are basically the same as regular gray wolves, except they're black. Duh. Genetic researchers believe they got their dark coloring from the same gene mutation that makes dogs black. The mutation was passed on during dog-wolf hybridization. Unraveling the deep genetic past of any animal is tricky. Molecular analysis provides scientists with a way to estimate when genetic shifts could have occurred in the past, but it's usually impossible to attach a firm date to when these events actually happened. Based on genetic analysis, a research team estimated that the melanism mutation arose sometime between 13,000 and 120,000 years ago. Since dogs were domesticated around 40,000 years ago, this evidence fails to confirm whether the melanism mutation arose first in domestic dogs or wolves. Interestingly, these wolves actually turn gray as they age, kinda like your grandparents, that once had dark hair but now it's turning silver. The melanistic wolves are mostly found in North America. They thrive in forested areas where they make up to 62% of the wolf population, though scientists aren't really sure why. Have you ever seen an all-black wolf? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're liking this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Number 6. Black rabbits. Sure, you might think black rabbits are only found in fairy tales, but they are, in fact, very real. For centuries, they have been a common sight in Dartmoor, UK, where they are bred for their meat and skin. The rabbits were staples of the English diet, and pelts were used for clothing. But in more recent times, sightings of pure black rabbits with large ears and a shiny coat shocked a passerby. But how did they get there in the first place? Historically, they were thought to have been kept on the grounds of country houses, with their fur in high demand for ornamental trimmings on clothing. Some also believe black rabbits were kept by villagers because they would be noticeably missed from their owners if poachers had happened to kill them. It's been said that even King Henry VIII kept black rabbits in his royal warrens. So it's entirely possible these black rabbits managed to escape centuries ago, going on to parent offspring that are still alive today. If you didn't believe in black rabbits before, you may have read about them in various stories, including folklore that associate them with death or evil, or as the host of the souls of the dead. Luckily for the black rabbits of the moors in England, they seem to have survived and continue to be as elusive as their origins, which is good news for the rabbits themselves. Evidently, they've managed to survive to this day, offering a thrill to any lucky passerby who catches a glimpse of a small black animal darting into a shady hedgerow. Number 5. Penguin. You're probably pretty familiar with the distinctive black and white feathers of the emperor penguin, but a recent sighting of an all-black penguin in the European state of Georgia has scientists baffled. Similar to other all-black animals, the penguin has a rare mutation that causes an overabundance of melanin that makes its white feathers appear black. Sadly, the extremely rare condition could make the penguin more susceptible to attacks, as they usually use their white feathers to their advantage, allowing them to blend into the light on the surface of the water and making them appear invisible to predators below. Interestingly, the team in Georgia spotted another penguin in the same location with coloring abnormalities, but it was still not as distinctive as the all-black penguin. Melanism is extremely rare in penguins, and because of this, there is practically no research on them. Even though king penguins have the most cases of melanism when compared to other penguin species, it is still extremely rare. Biologists estimate that only 1 in every 250,000 penguins show some evidence of at least partial melanism. Number 4. Black fawn. The white-tailed deer is one of the most common in North America, so when photos surfaced of a rare black deer in Texas by a wildlife photographer, nature lovers took notice. Reported in 29 states, the melanistic deer aren't completely uncommon, with one particular region in Texas said to have 8.5% of its deer population with the same genetic trait. So why do certain species have this trait, and how does it alter their lives? Before lands were cleared to make room for more houses and more commercial buildings, there was more old-growth forest. Since deer lived there, they may have adapted to be darker in color in order to stay hidden from predators. Researchers trying to understand why there is a larger population in this particular state think the thick undergrowth in the region could be the reason there are more melanistic whitetails in the region. Fallow deer, a European species, are also found roaming free in Texas and can be mistaken for melanistic deer due to their darker brown coloring. But the melanistic deer, with their rare color variant, is still much of a mystery. They're not often seen in the wild, and thus very hard to study. Number 3. Black fox. A variation of the red fox, black foxes were once thought to be a bad omen in medieval Europe. Sometimes completely black, and other times with only a pattern of black across their shoulders or down their back, they are actually a silver melanistic variant of the red fox breed. A recessive trait is the culprit for their dark coloring, and even though they are a rare sight in some places like Canada, they can represent almost 10% of the local population. Historically, they were one of the most sought-after animals during the height of the Canadian fur trade, with one silver fox pelt worth more than 40 beaver skins. Interestingly, there is another variant of the red fox that these black foxes are often mistaken for. Known as the cross fox, they get their name from the long dark stripe that runs down their back and intersects with another dark stripe across their shoulders. Because they were so popular in fur trade, they were bred to create a domesticated farm animal, with over 70 different color morphs found now. For those who would rather keep them as pets, breeding silver foxes became common. Their tame temperament makes them quite popular. For full melanism to occur, both the male and female foxes must have the trait for their offspring to have the characteristic black coloring. An already beautiful animal, the fox, and in particular, the black fox, is one that makes a lasting impression. Number 2, black rat snake. Eastern rat snakes, formerly known as black rat snakes, are large, non-venomous snakes between 3.5 and 7 feet long. They have shiny black scales on their back and a light-colored belly, and their throat and chin are white. The head of an eastern rat snake is whiter than the neck and the rest of the body. They're found in North America, and they get their name from their affinity for rats as food. Now found to be more closely related to king snakes instead of old world snakes, modern rat snakes were studied, and scientists found their DNA put them in a different classification than other previous genus. The largest species of rat snakes are the eastern or black rat snake, found throughout North England to Georgia and from northern Louisiana to southern Wisconsin. They are usually found in forests and grasslands, preferring forested areas surrounded by grass. They're usually pretty shy, but they can become aggressive when cornered, producing a nasty-smelling musk when they are touched by humans or confronted by predators, imitating what a poison would taste like. They are known to vibrate their tails when confronted, trying to trick predators into thinking they are a rattlesnake. Silly snake. Eastern rat snakes are excellent swimmers and climbers. They will use these skills to catch a variety of food, and they aren't too picky when it comes time to eat. They dine on small rodents and chipmunks, as well as frogs, lizards, and bird eggs. The black rat snake is known to hibernate in winter, but they also like to heat into the open ranges in warmer climates, so don't be surprised to see them sunning themselves on bright warm days. Number 1, black barn owl. The barn owl is one of the most common species, but while you might be most familiar with those that have bright white feathers, there is a more darkly colored one in the family. One such owl is kept at an owl rescue in England, and is just one of 3 black barn owls in all of Britain. They were born with a melanistic mutation, a 1 in 100,000 mutation. One of the owls, named Sable, has striking dark brown and black feathers. The opposite of albinism, which results in little to no pigment, melanism results in black feathers in these owls. Sadly, when owls are born with this mutation, their mothers often reject them because of their unique coloring. They are also often mobbed and killed by other owls. A medium-sized raptor, the barn owl uses its talons to kill prey, which they hunt for in silent flight. They are found on all continents except Antarctica, making their homes in deserts, grasslands, and forests. They have an impressive wingspan of almost 4 feet, with a characteristic heart-shaped face and spotted markings on their backs. Black barn owls are thought to be smaller than other barn owls, often with eyesight and hearing problems. Luckily, owl rescues take these birds in to protect them from outside attacks, which is a good thing as they're a stunning example of nature at its finest. Thanks for watching. What did you think of these animals that were completely black? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye.